Hey family, I want to say thank you for your expressions of care and concern, your prayers concerning the tragic event that occurred at 4 a.m. this morning here on Calaveras and Belmont. Um, Reese and I were awakened to the sounds of the cars colliding and the sounds of people yelling and screaming. We were not fully aware of what had happened at that point, but are becoming more aware of the events this morning. Appears someone has passed away tragically. Um, but so please keep praying. But really, I wanted to address each of you this afternoon in light of the leadership development study we've been doing on Tuesday nights that we just recently concluded, because it illustrates here in this moment, a situation like just occurred this morning, what it means to take the mantle of leadership in a community. You'll remember this here, this diagram that we have been working off of a little bit. And what it really means for us is that we have to become more deeply engaged in our city and in our neighborhood. And so in a situation like this, you know where most of us stop? You know where most people stop? Most people will express how sad they are that this has happened, and then they move on with their lives. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever changes. But leaders don't allow things like this to happen again if there's anything that we can do about it. And so God has called us to become engaged. That's the power of Exodus chapter 3 that we've been studying a little bit, is that Moses is on a pathway. But when he sees the burning bush, he diverts that path. He leaves the path he was on, and he begins to go see about this burning bush. This is a burning bush moment, and they happen every day, all over our city and all over our world. The question is, are we just going to stay on our path in the direction we were going, about the business we were about, or are we going to stop? It's the same story of the Good Samaritan who was walking down the roadside, obviously on a path. The question is, will you stop to see about the one who has been beaten, who's been left to die on the side of the road? The answer in both of these situations is yes, you have to divert your path. That's what it means to be a follower of Jesus, is that we don't just see the pain of the world and say, oh, we're sorry about it. No, we become engaged. So here's what I want to do. Here's an invitation to you. Okay? Not asking you to do it, but I want to invite you to become engaged in this. So in this situation, the question is, how do you evangelize? Who do we evangelize? Who might be connected to this incident at the Shell station and in the streets of our neighborhood that might need to know Jesus? Who needs to be discipled? I'll leave that up to you to figure out. Next one. How can we act compassionately toward the family, if there is family identified, toward others that are involved, toward the business owners of the Shell station, that would communicate God's love and that we care? Next one. How do we maybe make a development move here to make a permanent change in this neighborhood that would prevent something like that from happening again? So an example would be a crosswalk. Is that an appropriate place for a crosswalk? I don't know. Probably not. But that's just an example of what development might look like. And then last but not least, confronting injustice. And this is where I got involved today. So I called our pop officer in the neighborhood this afternoon, and I said, look, we've talked about this Shell station for last couple of years, and incidents continue to occur. And so I said, what's next for resolving this and moving forward so this doesn't continue to happen? And she said, you know what, they have a no loitering sign up, and when they call the police, frankly, it's not a high priority call, and so by the time the police arrive, things have already gone away. The situation's been sort of calmed down. She said the next step is that they're going to need to hire security. That's the only way forward, is to hire security. And so she's going to meet with the owners of the Shell station. And here's the deal. Frankly, if they don't, by their own will, choose, because it's in the best interest of their business and this community, to hire security, then that's where we might need to rally as a church and to press them, to push them to hire security. We might need to rally an entire community to make this happen, but it needs to happen. No one else can die because of some incident that's happened at the Shell station. I need to tell you that this is not the first time that people have been assaulted, not the first time violent acts have occurred, not the first time there have been shootings. This has happened over and over again over the years at this Shell station, and it needs to change. I'm not holding the owners responsible for this, but I am saying that they can stop it, and that's the key. So we need to confront this injustice. It is the question, where are the bodies in the river coming from? We must go upstream and figure it out and stop it from happening again. That's the challenge, to confront injustice, and that is a point where we're going to get involved. But do you also feel led to get involved with evangelism and discipleship, or acts of compassion, or development? I'll leave that for you to pray about. But if you feel led to get involved, you let me know and let's do it. But we're at least going to make sure that security is hired at this Shell station so it doesn't happen again. We must not stay on the path we've been on, express that we're sorry that it happened, and move on with our lives. That's why things never change. We are a healing community that is called to heal its community. Let's keep on this path, and let's press forward and deeper until everything that we intend, that we believe, and we see, and we understand that heaven wants for our world is going to happen right here on earth, as it already is in heaven. In Jesus' name.